I recognize my wife's affair partner at our dinner party, and I did not say a word all night. I am still shaking a little typing this. It is 1 a.m. and everyone has gone home, and my wife is upstairs asleep, and I am sitting in the kitchen with a glass of whiskey trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Some background, I am 38M, married to Claire for 9 years. About 4 months ago, I got suspicious. Late texts, a password change on her phone, a work trip that felt off. I hired someone to look into it. Got photos. The guy's name is apparently Derek. I never confronted Claire about it. I know that sounds insane, but I have my reasons, and I am not ready to get into all of them tonight. So Claire has been planning this dinner party for weeks. 6 couples. A work friend of hers named Becca and her husband. I had never met Becca's husband until tonight. I opened the front door and there he was. Derek, standing on my porch holding a bottle of red wine and smiling like a golden retriever. Claire came up behind me and said, "Babe, this is Marcus, Becca's husband. I have told you so much about him." And I just stood there and said, "Great to finally meet you, man. Come on in," and shook his hand. I shook his hand. I do not know how I did it. Something just went cold and quiet inside me, and I went on autopilot. I poured drinks. I grilled the steaks. I laughed at his jokes. At one point, he told a story about a camping trip that sounded exactly like the weekend Claire told me she was at a conference in Portland, and I just nodded and said, "That sounds like a great time." Claire kept looking at me across the table, like she was waiting for something. I think part of her knew. I just kept smiling. The thing that is really messing with me is that he is not some monster. He coached youth soccer, apparently. He kept refilling Becca's water without being asked. Becca seems like a genuinely lovely person who has absolutely no idea her husband is sleeping with my wife. At the end of the night, Derek shook my hand again at the door and said, "Claire always said you were a great host." She was not wrong. And I said, "We will have to do this again." I do not know what I am doing. I have the photos. I have a lawyer I have already spoken to twice. I have an account Claire does not know about. I have a plan, or at least the beginning of one. But tonight was not the night. Tonight I needed to know what I was actually dealing with. Now I know. Becca texted Claire at 11:30 to say what a wonderful evening it was, and Claire showed me the text and said, "I am so glad that went well. I was nervous." And I said, "Why were you nervous?" And she just said, "I always get nervous hosting," and went upstairs. I am sitting here wondering if I am out of my mind for saying nothing. My brother thinks I should have flipped the table. My therapist does not even know this part yet. So Reddit, am I the asshole for playing the long game while my wife thinks she got away with it?